Hi, and welcome back to the next installment of Let's Play Satisfactory. In the last episode, we got our space elevator constructed, and it's ready for the delivery of the first installment of upgrades to unlock tiers 3 and 4. And we have the bare bones of our starter factory finished, but we're severely limited by only having access to the first rank of conveyor belts at the time. So let's make that our priority. We'll have to unlock tiers 3 and 4 at the space elevator and then progress with the milestones that follow. To unlock tiers 3 and 4, we need only 75 reinforced iron plates and 50 rotors. We're making the reinforced iron plates and they're collecting in the storage container. We don't have any set up for rotors yet. We can crank out 50 rotors really quickly by hand. So for rotors we need screws and iron rods. My goal for this episode is to hopefully unlock everything we need to get our coal power plants up and running, so we can move off of our dependency on biomass and its constant manual collection to power our factory. Alright, a few more stacks of screws. Okay. We seal the container. And we send it. And they travel up the many miles long cable up into orbit. And we can run back over to our hub and see all of the new technologies that we've just unlocked. You might notice how clear it looks, how open. Between episodes I went ahead and cleared out all of the remaining trees in this area. Hopefully we've got enough biofuels stored away to get us through the gap before coal power. So only two basic technologies in Tier 3. That's coal power. Gives us our first vehicle, the tractor, and the truck station. A coal generator, and the ability to scan for coal. That'll be the first thing we unlock. And the other milestone, we have upgraded conveyor belts. The Mark II conveyor poles that are stackable, those are very useful. And the Mark II lifts. And in Tier 4, we have steel production, which also gives us the next rank of the miners. These extract ore at twice the rate of the current Mark I miners that we're using now. The foundries, this is like the assembler version of the smelter. It allows you to combine two different types of ore into one material. We'll need those for steel. steel ingots, steel beams, steel pipes, encased industrial beams, stators, motors, and heavy modular frames. Those are all in this one milestone. This is a good one. It'll be a priority. Logistics Mark III. This is another great one. Uh, Industrial storage containers have twice the the inventory space of the standard storage container, and more importantly, they have 2 input slots and 2 output slots, and that's really handy. Then also the third rank of conveyor belts. Uh, and typically, I skip rank 2 in my playthroughs and just go straight to the conveyor belt Mark IIIs. They've got more capacity. These can transport up to 270 resources per minute. Mark IIs are limited to 120. So a Mark II conveyor belt is not going to be able to keep up with the output of a Mark II miner on a pure node. We've also got a milestone for improved melee combat. Gives you the Xeno Basher, does a lot more damage than the Xeno Zapper we've been using. Another arm equipment slot, that's nice. 5 more inventory slots, always good. And that's it for tiers 3 and 4 right now. There are additional technologies that we can unlock as we explore and process or research what we find in the MAM. So priority number 1 is going to be unlocking coal power. We can do this right now. Just crank out a few more rotors. We'll put in our reinforced plates, our copper wire, our cable, and we'll see if we have enough material on us to make 25 rotors. We do. Now, I think it's worthwhile to kind of prep for everything you'll need to really set up coal. In the past, I've set up my coal power plants nearby the coal miners, but lately I think it's better just to transport the coal to your main base and then designate an area in your main base for the coal generators. That way, when you inevitably need to either upgrade the throughput there, like through the belts, or upgrade the miners, or add more coal power plants. It's you're not constantly running back and forth to your coal outpost and your main base. So the pods won't return for 8 minutes. See what we need for steel production. I like to just, if we can, to get the miner Mark II going for our when we start extracting the coal, just start with the miner Mark II. That way you're not replacing it almost immediately. So to unlock this milestone, we need 10 modular frames, 50 rotors, 1,000 wires, and 200 cables. We can get all of that ready while we wait for the pods to return. Now the Modular frames would require reinforced iron plates and iron rods. We'll need a few more reinforced iron plates to make 10. Alright, now we just wait for the pod to return. We'll go ahead and see what we need for logistics 3 too. It's going to require motors and more modular frames. We can get everything ready except for the motors there. Motors require steel to make the stators. But we can get everything ready. Ideally we'll have steel production and the Logistics Mark III all ready to be unlocked before we fully set up our coal power plants. Let's see exactly how far away the coal is. Okay, 940 meters. Could be worse. Could be worse. As soon as the pod is back, we will run a power pole down there and try to get a few miners set up. Let's collect these. I know that we're going to want some iron ore as well. Steel is made by combining iron ore and coal. So we'll take some iron ore with us. So we can make some steel on the fly down there and be able to set up Mark II miners. One more minute. Let's see where we're at on power. Plenty of power. Let's go and grab some concrete too before we go. Concrete is always helpful to have with you. You'll need it for the power poles if nothing else. Here it comes. production unlocked.
Milestone reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry and improved miner included to ensure efficiency of new pipelines. A collection of new, more complex parts is now available for crafting.
And the next active milestone is for Logistics Mark III. Just keep that up there to see what we need. Let's go and grab some concrete and then check out our coal deposits. We're going to go ahead and just put down another storage container. This is a really temporary solution. Just don't want the small amount of production we have of concrete to stall because the container is full. Just because I know how much concrete you need. And we're going to use a lot of it in the near future as we set up a foundation to put our coal power plants on. We'll probably put those behind or next to the space elevator or to the south of our starter base. Alright. Oh, let's take a power pole with us. Let's check out this crash site. Okay. This needs 20 megawatts and 4 steel beams to be unlocked. You can take care of the electricity right now, but we don't have the steel beams yet. We need to find some coal. Looks like the materials are being guarded by a few of the armored warthogs. Is there anything that's worth picking up here? Modular frames are always handy. Everything else is pretty basic, and our inventory is relatively full right now. So let's continue on looking for the coal. So we have a few nodes, not too far away in this direction. There's a drop there. I don't want to take too much falling damage. Oh, 4 nodes, nice. Oh, there's a fire breather. Okay, this is a normal node. Not ideal, but could be worse. This is also normal, but it's blocked by one of these rocks that we don't have the ability to remove quite yet. 2 more over here. Normal. And normal. Okay, so currently 3 normal nodes, potentially 4 normal nodes once we've unlocked explosives. So step 1, let's set up a craft bench. Let's see what we need for miners Mark II. Case industrial beams, steel pipes, cable, woodland miners. Okay. Now, case industrial beams are made with steel beams and concrete. Steel pipes are made directly from steel ingots, and steel beams are made directly from steel ingots. So step 1, defend ourselves. Our health is really low. Let's eat some nuts. Alright. Oh, another one? Okay, that was close. few of these down for now. Let's mine this ore. Actually, let's be a little smarter here and have these portable miners mine this ore for us. And we'll start making steel ingots with the iron ore we brought with us. Okay, done with steel pipes. Each encased industrial beam requires 4 steel beams, so we'll need 60 steel beams to make 15 encased industrial beams. At some point we stopped bringing our power cable. That was a mistake. Okay, getting close. Alright, 60. And now 15. A Mark II miner here. Another one here. Now these produce 120 per minute, which is the same output as a Mark 1 miner on a pure node. Let's pick up these organs, those are really useful later. And grab these nuts and berries to restore our health. Okay, third miner. We need 2 portable miners to construct it. So, equipment workshop. 1, 2. So we've got our miners constructed, and they're each going to be outputting 120 coal per minute once we've powered them up. Right now, we're still limited to transporting 60 units per minute on the Mark 1 conveyor belts. So upgrading those conveyor belts to Mark 3 is top priority. We also passed that wreckage, that crash site, and it needed 4 steel beams to be unlocked. We can do this more efficiently here. Even once you've got a full-time miner on the node, there's still room for portable miners to be placed. And in addition, for Logistics Mark III, we need 50 motors. Let's see what we need to make 50 motors. 50 motors require 100 rotors and 100 stators. Each stator requires 3 steel pipes. So we want to collect enough steel while we're down here to make 300 steel pipes. That shouldn't be too hard. I'll just pause the video quickly so you guys don't have to watch me cranking out 300 steel pipes. Back in a minute.